Good evening, Team Eagles, and welcome to our regular weekly Monday evening Zoom. Now, I think most of you know we are Jenny and Mick Daly. We are Presidential Marketing Directors in your support line, but we are not calling in from the snowy mountains of Colorado this evening, as you could probably guess from the attire. We are actually in in Mexico. We are in Cabo San Lucas on a 2-week vacay. So I tell you, life is good. Well, we're very happy that you joined us tonight, and I'm going to hand it over straight away to Melinda.
No,
No?
to me.
Oh, to you. Okay. Whoever.
Yes, we've got the bingo contest. The final results of the bingo contest. It's been going for the month of October. By the way, welcome to November, because we're now in November. Winter is coming, and here is the leaderboard, the final contest leaderboard. And if you don't know what we're talking about, you'll have to go to our Facebook group to figure it out. But we have 9, 10, 11, 12 good folks on the leaderboard. And congrats to everybody, because you were the ones, amongst a few others, who actually sent me your bingo cards. Thank you so much. And in third place, it was pretty tight, right up to the very end. In fact, I had to extend the deadline to allow some people belatedly to get me their latest cards. No names, no Patreon. So in third place, Rachel Harries. In second place, Robin Smith. And in first place, Melinda Krenwalge. Congrats to you three. You will each be receiving cash money. I'll actually cash via Venmo, PayPal, check, whatever. But you can convert it to cash. That's the good news. So there you go. And over to you, Melinda.
Okay, yay. And before we leave that, Mick, are we going to do the repeat on the bingo for November?
No,
No.
no.
Okay, but are we going to have a leaderboard in November?
A contest, you mean?
Yes.
Not my plan.
Okay, because I told Mick that I would do the Zooms, but I was not going to do the contest. So that is way too much work. So I appreciate you, Mick, for all of the years and years and years. And if you want to take a month or two off or forever off, whatever, it's all good. But I just wanted to clarify that for everyone. So now y'all can do the tools that we're going to talk about tonight, because that will replace the leaderboard activities that you've been driving for. This will give you a whole new goal. So first of all, before we do that, the business tip for tonight, I stole this from Jill Wagner. And she said on the last digital transformation update on the 31st, she said, just keep talking, hosting, and posting. And I thought, well, that'd be perfect, because everything's a little convoluted and a little crazy and a little hard to understand right now. And Jill said, you know what, just keep your head down and keep talking, hosting, and posting. So I thought that would be a great business tip for us tonight. All right. And then I am correct, Cheryl, no contest. So I am going to turn it over to Brianna. We're going to start off with our eat and share, and we are going to cover 2 tools you can use tonight. Thank you, Robin. The first one is our brain bundle, and Brianna's going to kick that off with the eat and share.
Yes. Okay. So I am excited. I know I can see a handful of y'all. I'm on my phone tonight, but who here uses Project Broadcast? Raise your hands. Okay. I see a few. Who here texts or calls their people maybe more than they do on social media? Okay, so most of y'all. So this is going to be a helpful tip for y'all. You know, I like to save or share different things that, okay, here we go. I thought I exited out of us. So on the eat and share for tonight, use the social media stuff. You can screenshot and take a picture. I know that when they put up like the coming soon of the social media, the Luminate, before they announced the bundle, that picture was super, super cute. So you could easily text that out to all of your customers, to all of your downline. I sent it out with some verbiage. I use Project Broadcast, which is just an automated texting system. So then we got it sent out to all of the team under my mom, who's above me, Melinda Krenwege, for those who don't know. And then all of mine, my dad's and my customers in about 2 minutes. We sent that out to all of those people. So that's the advantage of using something like that. But if you don't have a massive team or you don't have a massive customer base, you don't necessarily need that tool yet. And so you could easily copy and paste, add a little suburb, like add something that would make them think of you and then say, like, I've got this and wondering if this would be something you're interested in. We sent that out and already had a handful of people that immediately said, let me know the details. I want this on Monday. I want to be on that list. We sent it out on Saturday morning saying like this was coming. And so you're not too late. You've got all week, but send it out. I would say tomorrow morning and say, you know, we've still got time. I'd love to add you to my list. I'm getting everybody's order turned in on Wednesday. Are you in? Like put some urgency on it and send it out and get them really excited and get them really engaged with this new thing. And some people may not respond and that's okay. But what we're looking for is the ones that do respond. And then now I'm going to have 2 new customers. So
Perfect. Okay. And I put the visual that Brianna and I used. I'm not sure where I put it. I know I shared it in our Facebook group and I think I shared it in the leadership group and I think I shared it on Mix. But if you need an idea, Mick also put one up that they sent out from corporate. So just a ton of already created visuals. And I will tell you, in order to get that bingo thing finished, there was a couple of boxes that I had not done. And so I sent a Healthy Starts cart to someone that I've been talking to for years, y'all, for years, and still can't get her to pull the trigger. And you know what? She texted me right back and said, whoa, how long is this good for? I've got to go. I can't look back at this until tonight. Is tonight okay? And I was like, well, I just said, actually, it's good for this week, but I wouldn't wait. Let's get it done tonight before they run out at this price. I'm pretty sure they're not going to run out, but you know what? Like Mark George was talking about last week, just build in that urgency. You have to give people a deadline. And Chris, I was going to ask you if you would share, I know you've been doing some stuff with this brain bundle with your Luminate samples. Are you driving? You don't have your video on, so I don't know if you're able to share right now.
I am driving, but I'm almost to Karen's house. We're going to an event tonight.
Okay.
Not a Good Plus event, but you know, a gut health type event. So,
Okay.
but yeah, at the event that I was at with the fall festival for our neighborhood park, I just kind of shook up a water bottle with the Luminate and then just had little, you know, like little basically like little shot cups and gave people a taste if they wanted a taste. And then I had the flyer out with the bundle and kind of was talking to them about the bundle. And then we were also promoting on Thursday night that we're having Dr. Ross's office. We're doing a fire cider event. So I did have a nice turnout of people and just, you know, told them that we're starting to do some healthy living events called Hope Gatherings. And that's one of them at Dr. Ross's. Then there's other ones coming.
Perfect. Thank you. Yay. I think you might be at your destination. All right. And I wanted to open it up also for several of the rest of you that might want to share some ideas. Oh, Chris, are you back? There you are.
I was just saying that I'm going to sign off because I'm going to ring Karen's doorbell and her dogs are going to start barking.
Okay. All right.
So,
thank you. Thank
yep.
you so much. Great ideas all around. Thank you, Chris. Okay.
Sure.
And before we go on to our second tool, I know there was several others that were commenting about what you're doing with the brain bundle. I'm going to open it up for any other ideas, suggestions, things that y'all are doing that you've just started. I know today's the very first day, but you've only got 5 days. So, anybody else have some fun things that they've been doing with this brain bundle? Paula, Amy, Cheryl, Lisa. If I call you by name, does that make you unmute? I don't think so.
I didn't know there was a bundle.
Okay, well,
Is
now
it-
you
So is
know.
it a 5? So refresh my memory. Is it,
Okay,
you only have 5 days?
It only came
Sorry,
out.
life
This
is
is brand
crazy.
new. No, I appreciate you saying that, Cheryl, because this is what I used to always say in class. Those of you that speak up are verbalizing what everybody else is sitting there thinking. So first of all, yes, this is a very brand new thing they just threw out for us at the end of the week next week, but they are packaging together the Luminate, 2 of the 15 serving boxes of Luminate together with 1 bottle of Omegas. And there's a lot of great visuals that talk about all the benefits to your brain. So of course,
So
you know, yes,
Is it for new people only or
anybody.
anybody?
And we can order it too. An email was supposed to go out today. I haven't checked to see if
Yeah, I
I've got.
saw an email. That's why I
Okay.
asked about it. Yeah.
Yes. So it's only good today through Friday, and partners, any customers, new customers, prospects, anybody can order it. You can order it on our landing pages. So make sure you either give them your landing page, you know, melindac.juiceplus.com, and they can go to shop, or I can go and send them a cart, which I actually did today, y'all. It wasn't even hard. I did that so I could get those 2 more boxes on the bingo chart. But you just go to your landing page and shop, and then you go through all the steps. And at the end, instead of buy, you just say share cart, and you put your email in and copy the link and text it off. And that was how I got my person that I've been talking to forever to say, I can't do it right now. Can I still do it tonight? So, all right, let's do that. Let's say any other questions about the brain bundle?
You know, that's really a good idea to go through your customers and send them a card and say, look what's going on. If you haven't tried the Omegas or you haven't tried the Luminate, this is a good way to start trying it and see what fabulous results you get. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think it's a good thing to send to all your people.
Yes, it is. And Juice Plus has sent an email to every single customer for us. So
I know, but you follow up with it and
follow
say,
up and
I've
say,
been on this, I really see this, and I
excellent.
really want you to, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Oh my goodness.
That's perfect. That's perfect, Cheryl.
That's
I-
what I did, Cheryl. To all my affiliates, I changed the verbiage and I said, you know, this is how you do it, you know, go to your landing page step by step. And then I changed it for my customers and I added the cart there. So all they had to do was click on it and go to it and bam, it's done.
Yeah, great idea.
That is great, Denise. Yes. I actually was talking to well, now I guess he's a prospect, but he had signed up for the business years ago. And we were talking, and I've got a connection call with him and Kurt set up for Wednesday, another one of the boxes on the bingo, schedule a connection call. But the cool thing about the Luminate is that was not available when he was active in Juice Plus before. And he is all about ashwagandha. I mean, he's been researching that. He's been looking into that. He had no idea Juice Plus had this product. And so it was really fun because I could say, and, you know, this week they've even offered it at a reduced cost. So good. Okay. So we're going to leave the brain bundle for a bit, and we're
Well,
going to
I'm just wondering, how much is the cost, Melinda?
So it is on the picture.
130.
I think it's $130.
I think
I'll
it's
post it.
132. I
Yeah.
also,
100
and that
Also.
includes, does that include 2
June.
Luminates and the Omega, 1 Omega?
Correct.
So
Um,
what is the savings?
$13.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
perfect. Good question. Good question. Yes. Yes, that's correct. $130. Okay, so second tool you can use that we're going to talk about tonight is the Power Hour. And I posted requesting that y'all watch. Kurt did a great training last Wednesday on the 31st. If you missed that, just go back to his Facebook, Kurt Beavers Make a Life, and scroll up and you can find that recording. And he goes through and explains really a lot of the explanation of why the Power Hour is so effective and how he has found in working with all the partners that he has been growing. The ones that go fast are the ones that do three-way connection calls and the ones that use these Power Hours. So one of the things that we've been promoting is the Empowered in 1 Hour. A lot of the leaders across the country are doing those, and there's a schedule that you can log in and get on live with them. Nicole was really active with that and does that quite a bit with her team as well. The difficulty is most of us have day jobs and those times are not always convenient. And so what Kurt has done is he has recorded himself leading through the Power Hour, and it's on the Kurt Beavers YouTube. And so there's two options. There's one with the prompts and there's one without the prompts. And even with the prompts, it will take you 45 minutes. So you can literally go on his YouTube and click that recording. You've got Kurt Beavers sitting right there with you. He walks you through 5 categories that take about 7 minutes on each one. And they are all the revenue producing activities. So when I did it last week on Wednesday, I was kind of surprised because I feel like I pretty much know what I should do each day, but I was shocked at how efficient it was to get so much done, and not just the things I like doing and the things that I normally do, but some new things as well. And so I'm going to turn it over to Rachel. I think do you want to share a little bit about what you found, what you thought about the Power Hour?
Yeah, I will. I don't know how many people you've got sharing things, so I don't want to overshare. Like you said, he broke it into 5 different segments. And so do you want me just to do one segment or do you want me to do more than one?
Why don't you go ahead, Rachel, because I think we might get crickets. I think earlier there was a lot of people that had not seen the recording yet. So I think that what you and I share tonight might be the first exposure. So
Okay.
got those 5 categories. I didn't have them in front of me. I have them now, but if you want to do those, that'd be great.
I will. And what struck me is that it's actually quite different from the Power Hours I've done in the past with Heidi and Joy Kelly and some of the other ones. So, variety is always good, right? So the ones I've done in the past, the traditional Power Hours, seem very, very social media based, which is really good if you want to get more active and understand your algorithms and really get active on your Facebook or your Instagram. So I still encourage everybody to do those. But Kurt's one was more like almost thinking up things, writing lists, writing things, rather than like being so focused on social media. So his 5 activities were, first of all, your memory jogger. And we all know how important it is not only to have a memory jogger, but to have it as a living, changing list that you add to daily if you can, but definitely weekly. But daily if possible, always adding people to that list. So we did 7 minutes on creating a memory jogger, or adding to it, or updating it, or thinking about the people we really want to call this week, for example, from our memory jogger. The second thing was calendaring events and the importance of having events on your calendar. And he talked about a number of different types of events, from the in-home events that, you know, many of us all do, to finding events that are on boards or that we post on our team pages of events that are coming up. So you could do watch parties at home, or you could just invite people to watch those talks. We have a good one coming up, for example, with Dr. Sears, that's going to be a rebroadcast on the 19th of November. So that's the kind of thing we can build for. And then he talked about boot camps and conferences, and the idea in that 7 minutes was to add those to your calendar, those big events, obviously conferences, and then if you want to attend a boot camp, put one of those on. And then of course we can have as many virtual events as we choose. So basically having a calendar set. The third thing was three-way calls, and Melinda already touched on just how important Kurt has always stressed that doing three-way calls is, and how those people who are doing them effectively are the people who are growing their business the fastest. And I know from our team, we could definitely do that better than we have been doing. So that is something to really work on. And what he wanted you to do in those 7 minutes was to make a list of the people that you wanted to do a three-way call with the person you wanted to do it, maybe try and set it up by text during that time, not necessarily to do the call during those 7 minutes, but maybe set up a time on your calendar to do it. The fourth thing was social content. And he had an interesting take on this of 10-4-1, 10 shared items, 10 things that you share from other people that are of what is interest to you. Like if you're a young mom, it might be about parenting. If you're just a healthy eater person, might be about, you know, things to do with healthy eating or recipes. And but generally speaking, 10 shared content. And then 4 things which were unique to you, which probably included some part of your Juice Plus story. And then the one would be an out and out offer to buy, you know, like something like, which was much more of an advertisement that you actually are asking somebody to take a serious look at Juice Plus and come on board with you. So that was his 10-4-1 on social content, which was powerful. And then the final one of his 5 things was follow-up. And my favorite bit of his follow-up was, he said, when you're following up with people and you're going to follow up on social media, do a little bit of stalking. And he was cautious with the word and changed it after to checking on people. But the idea was that, you know, you take a look at some of the recent posts and just see what's going on in people's lives before you do your follow-up. You know, don't just launch into following up on something you've talked about with Juice Plus if they've got something major going on in their life right now, or even if you do want to follow up about Juice Plus and there's something interesting they post, you might want to introduce that idea first. So I like that approach of doing the follow-up. But, you know, the fortune is in the follow-up, as we know. People rarely buy the first time you talk to them. It's usually 3 to 8, 3 to 10 times that you ask them. So we are, as a group, we have to get very good at following up. So following up. And then the final thing I'll share, which he did in his Q&A at the end, was giving people choices as to how they would get started with Juice Plus. So he gives people 5 choices as to how they would make a decision to join you. The first would be to be a customer and potentially to getting a product free for a child as well, to be a customer. The second would be to partner and to get the best possible price. And maybe you'd be investing 52, but you'd be getting money back each month on your and your family's orders. Thirdly, maybe you want to pay for your product. Maybe you want the whole family on Juice Plus and you'd like to cover the cost of that then that would be a way we could partner together. Fourthly, perhaps you're looking at some more meaningful income, like $500 a month, that could possibly do something to make a difference in your life. Maybe you want to, you need 500 or would like 500 to spend on something additional in your lives. And the last would be if you're at all interested in building a serious business, meaningful, recurring income, long-term for you and your family. So lots of different options for you to join us. Which one seems like it fits you the best right now? And then wait. And the waiting's always the hardest, right?
Good job, Rachel.
Yes, excellent, excellent job. Yeah, Rachel, remember they used to tell us the cassette tape and the duct tape. But
Totally.
yes, that was perfect. So that was such a great synopsis of what Kurt talked about. I don't even think you would need to go back and listen to the recording. But Rachel covered all of those points. The other question that Kurt suggested that I used on someone I couldn't get to make a decision was, he said, just ask, what other information do you need from me to make a decision? And all of these little, as Brianna said, create the urgency, find out what are they still not knowing that they need to know to make their decision, and then giving them those options. So those of you that have used a Power Hour, I know we're just about out of time, but would anyone else like to share their experiences consolidating and making more efficient use of the revenue producing activities?
In the old days, when we did the Power Hour, the good thing is you put an hour and you do your business.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you say, oh, I'm going to do my business for an hour. Nah, you don't do it. But this is where you're connecting and doing stuff. So when you do the Power Hour, it's really good. And you can incorporate your three-way calls in your Power Hour. You can do a bunch of stuff. But I think if you commit, I'm going to start committing to a Power Hour, to build my business. So
Yeah,
so
think
Lynn and Carrie or anybody else, let me know. I'll help you out.
There you go.
I too have decided I want to do 2 to 3 a week, because I know for a short time before I did 2 a week. It was just maybe 3 weeks in a row, but I really noticed it even in 3 weeks. So this morning early, Doug Farrar has a 7 a.m. Central, 5 days a week. And I did one with him. And I could tell that I hadn't done one in a while, because it's a good idea to, like you say, have a memory jogger, or who you're going to contact, which customers, this or that. And I was a little disorganized. So I think as you do them more, you'll know who you sent stuff to a couple days before, or day before, and who to follow up with, and which customers. But, I just need to touch, reach out and get new customers, new blood in my team.
And I think too, Denise too, part of it helps you say, oh, I haven't done this and I haven't done that. So in that Power Hour, you're calling your customers, you're reaching out. So you haven't told them about the new stuff that's going on. Now's the time to do it. So I think it's really a good hour that you're committing to. It's a time you put aside and you're committing, okay, I'm doing this to my business once a week. If you do it once a day for 5 days or 3 days or 2 days or 1 day, it's more than you've done before. So it's gonna make significant differences. It used to, when I used to do Power Hour, I saw huge results.
There we go.
Oh, do you remember when we did the blitz?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the blitzing. And I did see somewhere that somebody's going to be doing a 30-minute blitz. Now, I don't know who it is, or, I mean, I worked on my business all day, which I haven't done in a very long time. And so I've seen a lot of things, and somebody else is they're adding somebody to the Power Hour, and somebody's doing a 30-minute blitz. So if you see that, maybe put it in the leadership, or, share it.
But you don't have to use somebody else's Power Hour or somebody else's blitz or anything like that. You can just put a Power Hour for yourself. you know, to fit into your schedule, that you say, okay, this is the time I'm going to do once or twice or 3 or 4 times, whatever you want to do. But if you commit to that power hour, or you can call me or call Melinda or Mark or anybody else.
Yeah.
for-
Yeah,
for
it's
that.
it's good to have feedback, and then the one I did today, they didn't talk, you know, the ones I've done before, they're like, did anybody have good results or hear any, you know, anything benefit from the last hour? And this one they didn't. And that's what I liked about, you know, blitzing for a while. There was 3 or 4 of us that got together, and then you kind of gave each other feedback or asked questions.
Right. Yeah, the thing I liked about it was like Cheryl was saying, with Kurt's recording, you can do it whenever
Right,
you have your hour. Cause like, you know, I'm at work from
right.
7 in the morning till 5 at night. And when I get
Mhm.
home at 5:30, I don't want to do a power hour. You know. So I mean, but I get up really early, and so, you know, I think, and in some ways it's kind of like a study guide, right? It's like, here's the steps, here's what you got to do to be successful. So if you put the time into it, it's just like the students we have in the classes, you know, we tell them every 3-hour class means you've got like 9 hours a week you got to spend studying, you know, but nobody does. But, you know, it's just like, if you can commit to that hour, or like Linda was saying, the one without the prompts is 35 minutes. The one with is only 45. I mean, you know, if you can spend 45 minutes, now that's not everything you got to do, because like Rachel was saying, a lot of it is just putting the plan down for who you're going to call that day and all that stuff. So you still got to spend a little more time, but you're putting it on your calendar and you're getting your study guide down, right? And you've got, okay, here's what I got to do. And now I go on my calendar and I say, okay, so I've got 30 minutes between these 2 classes. You know, I can call 5 people or 2 people or whatever,
Right.
you know, but I can put it on the calendar and then have it there. And I think that's the main thing I see for me. But being recorded, I can do it at 4 in the morning. You know, I don't have to do it at 7 when Doug's on, or 5 when somebody else is doing it, or whatever.
Well, and once you get the format, I mean, you know, they
Right.
have the slides with follow-up and social media and customer care
Right.
and all that. Once you know what's coming next and do it a
Right.
couple times, you know how to do it. So,
Well,
Yeah,
I
and
don't even think you have to do that. I think it's just connecting. You make that commitment to connect for that period of time with your memory jogger. You don't have to have a format. You don't have to have a script. I mean, it's your
No.
customers or it's your memory
no, but
jogger.
it helps you. It does help you because, you know, I want to post more. So there's certain things I want to do more of. So I like it because it's a variety.
Right.
Right, and this one with Kurt is a little bit different, Denise, than the
It is. Mhm.
1 hour. It's really more like what Rachel was saying and what Mark is saying. It's getting yourself organized. So you've got all the revenue producing activities all lined out, and you're so efficient, and variety. And Terry mentioned earlier today about doing it with somebody, you know,
Yeah.
like Cheryl just said, Terry, do you want to do this with me? And I mentioned all my front line, you know, do y'all, who wants to commit to do maybe not one every day, but that's what I want to do, but maybe one a week, or, you know,
Right.
whatever. So just grab a buddy and get some accountability going.
I listened to Kurt's a couple hours before I got on tonight. It was very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah.
I listened to it all and I thought it was good, like you know. And I listened with the prompts and everything, because he threw things in there in between
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
when you're
And
supposed to be.
And the explanations are good for me too. You know, then you realize, okay, this is why I need to do this. And then just like you're hearing all the people that have done it before, you do see results pretty quickly. So, so if you're wanting to grow and if you're wanting to change your paycheck, here's a tool, as Robin said, a tool you can use. Yes. So you can start that off. And we wanted to kick off November, as Kurt was saying, kick off November with this tool. He's got his Start Your Month Well training coming up on Wednesday It's still, I think it's still, he's gonna leave it at 8:30 Central. I was hoping he'd go back to 9:30, but right now he's still got it posted at 8:30. And then let's see, Chris mentioned a fire cider that is coming back around. There is a Zoom that will be recorded on Wednesday night. So if you want to do a watch party with that or share that just as a virtual event with some people, as the weather's changing. It's nice to have something warm to drink, but also the fire cider is really good for immune system and warding off those colds and bugs that are coming around. So we are over time, so I'm going to end it. And then we'll stay around for Q&A. Anybody else has some more ideas or challenges, celebrations, we will stay on. Thank you so much, Rachel. That was excellent. And then we do have our stories of hope. I've just got a few little edits and then I'll put up that invitation. It's going to be fantastic. Robin is going to host for us. And she's got Kevin and Carrie coming in as her guest. So that will be in a couple of weeks. So you've got 2 weeks to get that out and get people fill up the screen. Y'all, it's such an opportunity that we call them stories of hope, because we really do have so much hope within this community and so many solutions. And really and truly, it's outside of our bubble. People are just praying for this. I mean, we can literally be an answer to someone's prayer. And so that is why we started doing the stories of hope, to just show the world a little glimpse into our world. But that has to start with an invitation from you. So I'll post that invitation. It'll be on November 18th, right before Thanksgiving. And we hope that you can have lots and lots of your customers, your other partners, and of course your prospects on, so we can encourage everyone. So with that, if